Alright, oh, yeah. Okay, that's good. That looks good. Okay, is it? Oh, wait, is it? Are you even more? Okay, there we go. Okay. I can paint my book. Okay, well, let's move this over here. And then, oh, the Tangia. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I know you really big. Okay. Can I make it small? Oh, oh, I can't make it smaller. Okay. There we go. That's good. Okay, and then yeah, fine over there, fine over there. Yeah, okay, good. It's doing good. It's doing good. Okay. Now, okay, what else did I need to get ready? Do I have you? Oh, whoa. Okay, who's? Okay, I know, but whatever. Okay. Okay, there we go. And then what to? Okay, I got that. I got this. But which? Oh wait, that was what I wanted. Okay, yeah, it was there because that's what I wanted to watch first. I knew that. It's a Marmalade. Please go back to sleep. You're fine, buddy. You're a good kitty. Okay. Uh-uh. I should not be yawning right now. This is rude. Okay. Why does it keep saying? I have to just gonna check the bit rate later, but I swear I have it the right setting. And of course, I can't check this. I keep forgetting to check the settings, but yeah, it looks like it's fine. Output. Let's see, where is it? It's yes. Okay, it's fine. That interval. Well, where's what they're even talking about? I don't even see it, and it's fine. So I'm not gonna worry. My drop frames aren't that bad at all. It's fine. Wait, I do have it fixed. That's right. Oh, well. Okay, now I need to fix that really quick. Okay, I mean, it's minor, but there we go. Yeah. Okay. I can just hear the dog being excited and wanting to play. They're such big babies. Such big, cute, fluffy, petable babies. Yeah. Hmm. Is it time? Okay, no, waiting. Okay, I do have it. Okay, I got that done. I got that done. Oh, here we go. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to CatSCAN News Live, where a cat scans the internet to see what they decide is news. I mean, not the cat, the internet. I'm really not sure if a cat or the internet would have better judgment for what is news. I don't, who knows? It's, I think it's kind of the same. But I would trust a cat's judgment more than the internet as a whole. Even though Marmalade can be a big jerk, I pay attention to what he's interested in because it will solve problems later. And the first thing for news is seeing what's going on I won't watch HLC because I've been. Yeah, you see, he posted 7 hours ago, and I've been do my best to avoid spoilers, and I really want to see what's going on.
Moving? Spectrum makes it simple. With the most reliable fiber-powered internet.
For my run in 2028, I will solve America's homeless problem.
Buff, we can't bomb Los Angeles.
Okay, yeah, I figured that would be his option. I did not think it would end well for him, yeah. I mean, Buff's solution for the homelessness would not end well for the homeless.
I mean, we can. It's more like a guideline, like we shouldn't.
No, what do you think?
Yeah, the kid is. The kid needs an intercept, and the kid needs an intercept bad. And what else is going? And it's not just LA anyway. LA would don't care. Bombing LA would not stop the homeless problem. It's nationwide, Buff. I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm refining myself here, and I'm coming up with real solutions. It's a 3-part solution.
Okay, Mr. Politician, since you had this bright idea, let's go ahead and start this video off this way. How are you going to solve America's homeless problem in its entirety?
I put a lot of thought into this. Okay, so step 1, we bring back asylums, because let's face it, there are some people that no amount of medication can ever make them functioning members.
Yeah, okay, well, this has been going on for a while. Yes, a lot of people believe that. And yeah, there are people who need mental help who cannot function in society. And I mean, it doesn't even have to be like they are a danger to society level of needing lifetime care. They might not be able to take care of themselves, period. It's like that.
Of society. Let's just be real.
We may need some more regulation on that nowadays because asylums were like safe havens for human experimentation. While they did yield some good medical results, they were morally and ethically questionable.
Step 2, we put all the trans people in there.
Buff!
I'm just kidding. You know, Reagan always opened up with a joke. I figured I might as well. No, besides, Muslims are way higher on the list. Step 2, we drastically expand America's, like, drug treatment facilities and like, halfway houses and stuff like that.
I mean, aside from the cost, that's actually not a half bad idea because most of them are struggling from some kind of drug addiction. But you have repeat offenders and stuff like that. And I mean, how are you going to convince John Q. Public that they're going to want to pay for that?
Oh, that's step 3, my boy. Step 3, we make it federally legal that if a homeless person begs you for money or loiters on your property, you can use physical contact. Actually, fuck it, just violence. Physical violence against them. They have 2 choices. Get better or get these fucking hands.
And that's where you lost me. Come on, Buff. I mean, most of the United States don't even have mutual combat laws anymore.
Yeah, I might have lost you, but I got them. And besides, all 50 states have mutual combat laws if you're not a bitch.
This is kind of old news. I just forgot to mention it in the last video. Hey, Russia, did you just lose another Su-57? Was that us? Someone needs to get a medal if that was us. No. The Ukrainians are not powerful and have good enough sensors and radars or anything to be able to shoot down my 5th, maybe plus, generation stealth fighter.
I wonder if they're going to bring up something else that Russia has done lately. I don't know when this was filmed.
We shut it down ourselves. You know that's not any better, right? You might as well just say they did it.
Arguably worse. That's like saying, hey man, you want to fight me? Hold on, let me punch myself in the face a couple of times before we get started.
Just wait. My next wave of drones and missiles will really show them this time. You know your terror bombing at this point just does nothing but pisses us off, right? Where did that come from?
Oh, they are. Okay, here we go.
It was Russian? I don't like Russians. Will you keep control of your missiles? Because there is only so long I can keep pulling on Poland and convince him not to fold your ass. It was a misinput. You calm the fuck down, you too. Okay, Kurva. You just wait till I have a missed input and I make Moscow Polish again. It was 2 years, like fucking 300 years ago, during the Russian time of troubles. You have 1 million casualties. You've lost thousands of tanks, aircraft, ships, boats, planes, everything. You're in the time of troubles, you fucking dipshit.
Time of troubles. Oh shit! It's like that. I got one time your mom tried that thing. I'm not a big fan of. There was no reason that we needed to have a goat present. What am I, Middle Eastern?
Oh,
You fucking plane.
okay. Yeah, I got nothing for that. The goat. I got nothing for that one.
You.
I know. Shut up my mouth or whatever the fuck you're gonna say. Do it, bitch.
Do you really have members of the Senate berating Dr. Fauci, who was responsible for trying to keep Americans alive during the most recent pandemic? Look, man, my shit is missiles, radars, drones, planes. What kind of planes? I'm not a virologist. While I feel like some of his decisions that were made were not self-serving, genuinely for the betterment of the public, pleading the fifth, that's not really a good thing. It's not a good look in general. I could completely understand that. But also getting rich while trying to save American lives, also not a good look.
I thought he couldn't plead the fifth because he got pardoned.
I am also not a professor of constitutional law. I have never in my life heard of circumstances in which an individual doesn't have one of their fundamental rights. So I don't know. I don't know the rules on that. I understand what the senator or congressman said, and that he doesn't have that ability, but I've never in my life heard of someone having to give up one of their fundamental rights just because they got a pardon. Like I've never. I'm genuinely curious. It doesn't make any sense to me. So berating him was just political theater. Theater. Ooh, that word is hard in this accent. Well, that depends on what happens next. If he's held accountable, either civilly or criminally, then no, it's not political theater. And they were absolutely true and correct when they said that he didn't have that fundamental right. But if nothing happens and everyone just gets mad and posts shit all over Twitter, yeah, political theater.
I'm gonna save you on this one, boss. I've been around a long time. Not as long as you, but if a politician is speaking, it's political theater.
Ukraine, in the last video...
Okay. I think 90% of it is political theater. What goes on, like the Senate, Congress, remember, those things are filmed live and broadcast. I feel not, or any politician speaking, giving, press releases, all that stuff. 90% of that is political theater. Only 10% of that is what is actually going on.
We had talked about, and the only reason I'm bringing this up is because they actually said this. In the last video, we talked about you blowing up that ship that was supposed to be bringing me supplies in the Caspian Sea. And I want to remind you that any aggression towards me is obviously you operating at the behest of Israel. Do you have goat semen in your ears? Look, man, I made this very clear in the last video. It's like Russia was moving equipment that could be used for military purposes. I destroy it. Like it's not very hard to understand.
Oh, God. Iran changed the fucking record, dude. Seriously. I'm so tired of it's the Jews. It's always the Jews. Bro, think of something fucking else, man. Like, don't get me wrong. They ain't perfect, and I call them out for plenty of bullshit whenever they do it. Coin clipping, digging tunnels under New York, USS Liberty. Still kind of upset about that. But anyways. But dude, seriously. Your fucking Ayatollah, if he could walk or was even fucking alive, stub his toe and he's like, God, the Jews!
They are the #1 aggressor here in the Middle East. Have you considered, not funding terror groups that attack them randomly and then surprised when your terror homies get bodied and killed?
No. I haven't thought about that, but thank you for asking. And yes, I have stuff in my mouth right now. My bubble gum.
And innocent people, it's kind of hard to tell the difference when they don't wear a uniform. Just throwing that out there. Why would I do that and even listen to you in the West? You are their little
Oh,
lapdog.
sorry.
No, you're just a piece of shit. What in the hell, Saudi? Yeah, that was a joint operation. Sorry we couldn't warn you ahead of time, but we don't really trust people in your country. But don't worry, all 20 of them were IRGC. Verified. Saudi, it was supposed to be us against the Zionists. No,
Oh,
no, no. It is regular
oh
Muslims
crap! I
that
did
want
not
to
have it.
live
Oh
in
my gosh!
peace
Oh my gosh!
against
I'm so sorry.
extremism.
I did not have
Why
it.
do you think the
Jeez, I forgot to switch. Oh my gosh! I'm so sorry, you guys. We gotta do it all again. We gotta do it all again. Operator error. I'm so stupid. Wait, wasn't that showing the? Wasn't that showing it? Is it showing it now? There we go. Okay. Oh my gosh! Let's do this again. I am stupid.
For my run in 2028, I will solve America's homeless problem.
Buff, we can't bomb Los Angeles. I mean, we can. It's more like a guideline, like we shouldn't.
No. What do you think? Listen,
I will not redo my commentary. I'll just wait till we got to where it was, like 7:55 or whatever. We'll just watch it. I'm
I'm
stupid.
refining myself here, and I'm coming up with real solutions. It's a 3-part solution.
Okay, Mr. Politician, since you had this bright idea, let's go ahead and start this video off this way. How are you going to solve America's homeless problem in its entirety?
I put a lot of thought into this. Okay, so step 1, we bring back asylums, because let's face it, there are some people that no amount of medication can ever make them functioning members of society. Let's just be real.
We may need some more regulation on that nowadays because asylums were like safe havens for human experimentation. While they did yield some good medical results, they were morally and ethically questionable.
Step 2, we put all the trans people in there.
Buff!
I'm just kidding. You know, Reagan always opened up with a joke. I figured I might as well. No, besides, Muslims are way higher on the list. Step 2, we drastically expand America's, like, drug treatment facilities and like, halfway houses and stuff like that.
I mean, aside from the cost, that's actually not a half bad idea because most of them are struggling from some kind of drug addiction. But you have repeat offenders and stuff like that. And I mean, how are you going to convince John Q. Public that they're going to want to pay for that?
Oh, that's step 3, my boy. Step 3, we make it federally legal that if a homeless person begs you for money or loiters on your property, you can use physical contact. Actually, fuck it, just violence. Physical violence against them. They have 2 choices. Get better or get these fucking hands.
And that's where you lost me. Come on, Buff. I mean, most of the United States don't even have mutual combat laws anymore.
Yeah, I might have lost you, but I got them. And besides, all 50 states have mutual combat laws if you're not a bitch.
This is kind of old news. I just forgot to mention it in the last video. Hey, Russia, did you just lose another Su-57? Was that us? Someone needs to get a medal if that was us. No. The Ukrainians are not powerful and have good enough sensors and radars or anything to be able to shoot down my 5th, maybe plus, generation stealth fighter. We shot it down ourselves. You know that's not any better, right? You might as well just say they did it.
Arguably worse. That's like saying, hey man, you want to fight me? Hold on, let me punch myself in the face a couple of times before we get started.
Just wait. My next wave of drones and missiles will really show them this time. You know your terror bombing at this point just does nothing but pisses us off, right?
KT tape increases blood flow to help reduce pain.
Come on.
Because you can either give
Not
up
gonna go fast until me
or you can
delete it,
tape
I
up.
guess. Great.
KT
Great.
tape, pro style pain relief.
A beer tab can be fashioned into a hook. Now that's a catch.
Where did that come from? Who? It was Russian? I don't like Russians. Will you keep control of your missiles? Because there is only so long I can keep pulling on Poland and convince him not to fold your ass. It was a misinput. You calm the fuck down, you too. Okay, Kurva. You just wait till I have a missed input and I make Moscow Polish again. It was 2 years, like fucking 300 years ago, during the Russian time of troubles. You have 1 million casualties. You've lost thousands of tanks, aircraft, ships, boats, planes, everything. You're in the time of troubles, you fucking dipshit.
Time of troubles. Oh shit! It's like that. I got one time your mom tried that thing. I'm not a big fan of. There was no reason that we needed to have a goat present. What am I, Middle Eastern?
You fucking plane. You.
I know. Shut up my mouth or whatever the fuck you're gonna say. Do it, bitch.
Do you really have members of the Senate berating Dr. Fauci, who was responsible for trying to keep Americans alive during the most recent pandemic?
You can play with my
Look,
foot,
man,
Marmalade.
my shit
It's
is
okay,
missiles,
buddy.
radars,
You're
drones,
good,
planes,
kitty.
what kind of planes? I'm not a virologist. While I feel like some of his decisions that were made were not self-serving, genuinely for the betterment of the public, pleading the fifth, that's not really a good thing. It's not a good look in general. I could completely understand that. But also getting rich while trying to save American lives, also not a good look.
I thought he couldn't plead the fifth because he got pardoned.
I am also not a professor of constitutional law. I have never in my life heard of circumstances in which an individual doesn't have one of their fundamental rights. So I don't know. I don't know the rules on that. I understand what the senator or congressman said, and that he doesn't have that ability, but I've never in my life heard of someone having to give up one of their fundamental rights just because they got a pardon. Like I've never. I'm genuinely curious. It doesn't make any sense to me. So berating him was just political theater. Theater. Ooh, that word is hard in this accent.
Oh, Marmalade.
Well, that depends
careful,
on what
careful,
happens
buddy.
next. If he's held accountable, either civilly or criminally, then no, it's not political theater. And they were absolutely true and correct when they said that he didn't have that fundamental right. But if nothing happens and everyone just gets mad and posts shit all over Twitter, yeah, political theater.
I'm gonna save you on this one, boss. I've been around a long time. Not as long as you, but if a politician is speaking, it's political theater.
Ukraine, in the last video we had talked about, and the only reason I'm bringing this up is because they actually said this. In the last video, we talked about you blowing up that ship that was supposed to be bringing me supplies in the Caspian Sea. And I want to remind you that any aggression towards me is obviously you operating at the behest of Israel. Do you have goat semen in your ears? Look, man, I made this very clear in the last video. It's like Russia was moving equipment that could be used for military purposes. I destroy it. Like it's not very hard to understand.
Oh, God. Iran changed the fucking record, dude. Seriously. I'm so tired of it's the Jews. It's always the Jews. Bro, think of something fucking else, man. Like, don't get me wrong. They ain't perfect, and I call them out for plenty of bullshit whenever they do it. You know, coin clipping, digging tunnels under New York, USS Liberty. Still kind of upset about that. But anyways. But dude, seriously. Your fucking Ayatollah, if he could walk or was even fucking alive, stub his toe and he's like, the Jews!
They are the #1 aggressor here in the Middle East.
Yeah. Keep telling yourself that, buddy. Unfortunately, there are a dismayed number of people who agree with them. And why does that concern me? A, I am a Christian. And there is only one nation in the world that was ever set apart by God. B, oh, Marmalade, oh, okay, you want cuddle time, buddy? That's what you want? B, it also says in the Bible that Christians are adopted into the line of Abraham. And Jesus was Jewish. So, yeah. So was my great grandfather. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Oh, Marmalade, you gotta lick my finger, you silly boy. He just likes. He likes to give kisses, but his tongue is so rough. To my. You moisturize my face. He just rubs it raw.
Have you considered, like, not funding terror groups that attack them randomly and then surprised when your terror homies get bodied and killed and innocent people? It's kind of hard to tell the difference when they don't wear a uniform. Just throwing that out there. Why would I do that and even listen to you in the West? You are their little lapdog. No, you're just a piece of shit. What in the hell, Saudi? Yeah, that was a joint operation. Sorry we couldn't warn you ahead of time, but we don't really trust people in your country. But don't worry, all 20 of them were IRGC. Verified. Saudi, it was supposed to be us against the Zionists. No, no, no. It is regular Muslims that want to live in peace against extremism.
Well, I will have to look that up, but if it's true that there's 20 less IRGC, I'm very glad.
Why do you think the extremism laws in all functioning Middle Eastern countries are so fucking strict? Because we don't put up with the bullshit like you do. Oh shit, dude. We're bombing Iraq again? Holy throwback. Don't worry, Bush. We'll get Katrina this time. That plane has done so many drugs. At this point, I'm wondering if he would be more or less scary sober. Now, Iran.
Okay. Don't ask questions, don't want answers to. And I would put my bet on they would be more scary if they were sober.
Whatever. We have stopped bombing your country after like 12 days of doing so. You have about 20% of what you had previously. Let's open the door and maybe start having a conversation. Sorry to interrupt you two lovebirds, but we got incoming. All units be advised, fireball, fireball, fireball. We got birds away. Splash on all incoming TBMs. Fucker thought he was quick. Surprise. Whoa. You got me there, man. Dude, he's super sneaky. He like disappeared.
God damn it, Uncle Sam. Will you tell Washington to stay the fuck out of war? You cannot negotiate with people that want to kill you. So here's what you do. You tell the politicians, hey, take a back seat. Your job was diplomacy. Mine is war. You failed at yours. I'm not going to fail at mine. And you just tell them to stay the fuck out of the way, and we keep killing them until whatever's left of whatever version of Ayatollah they're on walks up and says, hey, can you please stop murdering us? And then we decide if that's a good enough fucking deal.
Listen, Buff, I've been here 250 years. I agree with you. I think you guys just saw my mouse on... Wow, that's... Shouldn't have had that on that screen. Anyways, so I'm going to just go ahead and quote General Sherman here. War is cruelty. There is no use trying to reform it. The crueler it is, the sooner it will be over. The reality is, the IRGC doesn't want peace. They don't, under any stretch of the imagination. Making peace with anybody is a very Western ideology. Most of them out there in the world aren't going to be satisfied until one of them no longer exists. And I tell you right now, if we moved out of there and they wiped Israel off the map, they would still be at war with one another because of different tribes, different factions, slightly different belief.
Oh yeah, them terror monkeys have been killing each other for fucking millennia over whoever that has the best fucking imaginary friend in the sky.
I'm a student of history. I pay attention to things that have happened. I know what all-out war looks like. I've never seen it personally. I've studied it heavily. More people were killed on mainland Japan with napalm than both atomic bombs combined. Most Americans don't know that. The Berlin firebombing. 90,000 people killed by Americans, Canadians, and British in about a week.
And, well, we said he'd never seen, what was the specific term he used? All out war or whatever? What was it? Yes. Let's see, where was it? Mm, Why is it not? Good, but it's not showing it. I'll have to go back.
These things are awful. But oftentimes, to win against someone who is that devout, you have to put them into a precarious position between a rock and a hard place, where what is more important to them, remaining in power or the continued existence of their people? Are you speaking of a genocide? No, that would be easy. We could do that in 5-6 hours. What I'm speaking of is hitting military targets, infrastructure, and any way that they could use to build anything so hard that they have no choice but face annihilation. It's not ideal, and of course, we would try and mitigate civilian casualties as much as possible, but I challenge anyone to find a war in human history where innocent civilians were not killed. You won't find one. I've never seen one. Also, this is like day one OPSEC stuff. Whoever is in the Middle East right now, can you stop posting videos and pictures of strikes and things like that? Stop giving the enemy BDAs, which is battle damage assessments. They know how close they are. They know what adjustments they need to make. Stop doing that. You've disappointed me. Although I will say, when I was required mandatory online training, this wasn't happening. Okay, everybody calm down. There's just some people at the border
Oh.
who want to come here into Spain and just experience a new life. Spain, you literally have thousands of people pouring over your border from Morocco. You should deploy some kind of force to, like, at least organize it a little bit. No, they are mostly women and children looking for a better life. I don't think I've seen a single woman and or child in any of the videos I've seen.
Yeah.
All of them are military-aged males.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how
Yeah.
Morocco aligns. That's not really a part of the world that I paid attention to very much, so but this could be problematic.
Oh shit, man, I can't wait to visit Spain next year. You guys are gonna have a whole new like holiday, the running of the immigrant.
Oh. Yeah, I wonder if this was like added a little bit later because it was recent development. And like I said, I don't know when he films these, but I do want to talk about Morocco and Spain and that whole situation because it is extremely serious. And also, well, the go back. Also, the thing with Russia and Poland. The story is it is a they were just stupid and put the wrong info in. But yeah, I'm not sure which is worse. Were they, is Russia being that incompetent with putting in targets for the missiles? That ain't comforting. Neither is them just not caring. I mean, either way, it's not good. And it's Poland. Study the world history and stuff. How Poland figures into world wars. Yeah, and then we've got the whole Spain and Morocco issue, which I want to look up more about because what I have seen, well, I want to go here. There's some stuff I want to see here, like yeah, but first, something happy. The game, well, I'm sort of torn with it being happy because the Game Boy being 37 years old. Dude, I will be 47 this year. I was 10 when it came out. I was I was more than halfway to adulthood. I don't need to know Marmalade. What are you Marmalade? That's not trash. That's not a toy. That's to be used for trash. Okay. Chill, please. Thank you. Excuse me. Okay, now let's get. Where is it? I know they're gonna have stuff about it. They gotta have stuff about Spain here. Mm. Mm. Well, here's one of them. Is there more? Oh, I don't think Spain's gonna listen to Poland. The thing is, I saw video where the police, or I presume just regular police, not military. There was a gate barring the immigrants from going further into the town, and the cop just opened it up and let them through. Now, there's a possibility he did it out of fear that they would attack him if he did not open it for them. I don't know. But do they really think they won't attack him anyway? Like, how'd that work in Iran in the late 70s? How did that work? So, let me see if I can find anything else about here in Spain. No. Quetta, there it is. Mm. Mm. I've heard there's been 57 bodies recovered already. I don't know of who. But I will say Quetta has there's 80,000 people there. Last count, the invasion plan, 60,000. Mm. Yeah, and you see here it says, the Spain Civil Guard chief declares the border totally collapsed. Yeah, because the leader of Spain doesn't give a crap. He ain't doing nothing. He wants this. And for the record, okay, this is kind of like a Spanish enclave on the tip of Morocco. Mm. Yeah. And Spain, you know what? I think, centuries of an occupying force in their land did not teach them anything, apparently. Yeah. Look. Supermarkets, yeah, they're just raid supermarkets. What are you going to do? Hmm. The damage, yes, they are attacking. Okay, what's the latest? And I'm gonna. I got bubble gum. I'm sorry. So if you hear funny noises, it's a bubble gum. But yeah, I do want to say the government made clear the Spanish government don't want to help them. Don't want to help the people in Quetta. But even if they did, there's not enough help there. You have 60,000 invaders. There, I think, is at most 3,000 law enforcement and military types there. That's it. They would have, each one of them would have to tackle 20 individuals each on their own to do it. Ain't gonna happen. So what the Spanish citizens in Quetta need to do, I've said many times, and I reposted on Twitter the other day, if you expect someone else to protect your freedom, then honey, you don't have any. You need to protect your own freedom. You need, yeah. Other people might help you. They don't have to. And sometimes they won't. So it's gotta be up to you. Because even if help is coming, it ain't there now. You have to do it yourself. Oh, Marmalade, it's okay. It's okay, buddy. It's fine. Relax, just there's a loud car on the road and it piqued his interest. But yeah, and also there's more I want to say because this is not a really nice situation. But yeah, it's not just, and this is not the first step. The governments in Europe have been allowing this, well, the Western governments, period, have been allowing this under cover of night, so to speak. What is happening in Quetta right now, and there's there's a second town, little Spanish enclave, Morocco there. I forget what it was called. I think it begins with a T. But anyways, now Quetta, they ain't hiding anymore. It is going to get much worse. That is my opinion. You gotta do it. The Spanish, it's not gonna be pretty. The solution will not be pretty. But it is a solution. You might, yeah, and you not liking the solution doesn't change what it is. I understand wanting peaceable solutions, all that. It ain't happening that way. That could have been done if you all had gate kept properly. When you the government refused to enforce the borders, which would have been relatively peaceful, honestly. If they had kept doing that, it would have been fine. It wouldn't have gone to this point. But the governments didn't, and here we are. And like I said, I don't think this is going to end well. But it will end. One way or another. And it's up to the citizens of the Western world what they want to do. This isn't okay. The government's going to do what the government's going to do. The citizens are the one who pays for it. Never forget that. And the citizens need to remind the government of their place. That's what I think. And yeah, I am concerned, but I'm not gonna like go. My concern is tempered because I said I'm Christian. I know all the nations will fall. Empires always do. Oh, ads. The ads are going on right now? I don't know. But yeah. Only one nation survives the book of Revelation. Well, if you want to play semantics, you could say two, but oh well. That's what I know. I am aware of what's coming. I don't know when, and I will never know when until it happens. Who's that? I don't even know if I'm not. I refuse to. Oh, this is a whole nother discussion. We're getting off track here. Let's get back. Okay. There's another video I want to see. Where is? Yeah, I know. You notice there's a lot of Downton Abbey stuff here. That's because my sister watches it. And I want to just check. Where is it? Where is Rev? There it is. Did he do something in Iron Mouse? Because I want to see if he did. Oh yeah, I want to see what's going Iron Mouse. I take a special interest in Iron Mouse because she's the reason I became a VTuber. And we have the same immune issue. Except,
Hey, what's up, guys? Riff here.
as I've said before, yeah, she has no IgG, I have no IgA. That's like the only thing. And I am not as severe as her. I am able to safely go out in public.
This video, we'll be talking about the latest round of harassment that the VTuber Iron Mouse is facing. Now, this is one of the posts that has the related comments going after her. It seems very innocuous if you're a normal human being. It's simply an announcement regarding an Iron Mouse and Fortnite collab. But unfortunately for her, this has awakened the Twitter freaks, and they are going crazy in the replies and quotes, accusing her of all kinds of heinous and slanderous things, calling her a racist, also saying she's faking her illness, and even accusing her of legitimate crimes. Here's just a small little tidbit of what you should expect. People saying that she is worse than Epstein. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is a round of Iron Mouse derangement syndrome because unfortunately people can't come across someone they find annoying or don't like in terms of content creation. No, they have to go the extra level to engage on any post about them and say absolutely heinous and deranged things. Now, when you go to the post itself, obviously a lot of people are celebrating, but you also have a lot of people freaking out.
Oh, hey there. Yeah, it's been a good Friday so far. Were you the one who I talked to in Ember's chat about Super Mario? I know it's on to someone, I don't remember who it was. Yeah.
Now, you have to understand something very interesting. This is the Fortnite community, so a lot of children. So they're not just Twitter freaks, they have that as well. And not only do they just kind of spurg out and say crazy, heinous things, they also have a very hard time communicating and sharing their thoughts. They have to speak with pictures, basically. They have to respond with memes, because otherwise they don't know what to say.
Hey, I am trying to make it part of my brand that I mainly respond in Twitter with cat gifs. And I see nothing wrong with it. We all know cats are superior.
You can see a lot of posts like this saying, "Who is that?" Because according to the internet, I guess, If this random user has not heard of someone like Iron Mouse, then clearly they're not very important. It's very narcissistic and weird. Like, again, if you don't want a related collab item with Iron Mouse, then just ignore the post. But they have to share their thoughts. They're that impulsive. Here's another one just, well, going mask off, saying, when you genuinely trying to hate, but all the comments are positive. Oh, shucks. It's too bad Iron Mouse is not being harassed more for simply collabing with Fortnite. And then there's deranged stuff like this saying 2 down, 2 more to go with 5 nights in Tel Aviv. Yeah, somehow this is roping in Israel because, well, Hassan viewers like this probably think everything goes back to that. And then you look.
Okay, it's gotta be right. Oh, wait, sorry, I gotta check I didn't mess the speak. Okay, there we go. Oh, I gotta turn it down some. Okay, there we go. Oh, wait, yeah, turn it down too. Okay, no, it's fine. I'm just trying to make sure I don't go too hard. This is a new speaker, and I'm keeping an eye on the volume to make sure I'm not being too loud. I'll just put it up here. Is that good? Okay, there we go. And it's still oh yeah, it's still catching my voice just fine. Okay, good. Anyways, and I just explained why you need to leave Israel alone. Like, well, I mean, even Grandpa Buff thinks these people should just find something new to complain about besides making it all Israel. But I don't think they will. And she isn't even Jewish. I don't know why they're bringing up Israel. I'm not saying Jewish.
Look at the accounts of people making this. This is their bio. What in the Diddy blood doing on the calculator 6-7?
Oh,
I think I just got brain damage reading this bio. You also see people saying, we don't want AI girls, F off at Fortnite. Oh, once again, calling a VTuber AI because they can't wrap their minds around the fact that these are real human beings behind VTuber models, but they're also virtue signaling about AI, which I got bad news for you. You might want to hold my hand as I tell you this. Fortnite uses AI. It's not even a secret. Epic is very open about this stuff. In fact, with this whole collab, there is one legitimate criticism you could raise because, as users point out here, wasn't Iron Mouse virtue signaling some months ago over NTE using AI, but is now.
yeah. Yes. Iron Mouse is seeming that she's not a fan of AI, so there. And like, if Fortnite wants to is collabing with Iron Mouse and you don't like it, don't. Do these people even pay? Do they even play Fortnite? I want to know. Are they like? Okay, people don't like Iron Mouse. Okay, fine. Why do you have to go out of your way to hate what or something like? You're still pushing her in the algorithm and you're actually helping her. By giving her attention, you're giving her boosts in the algorithm and all that stuff. You're marketing her without even trying to. Great job.
Collabing with Fortnite.
Tools from Harbor Freight are doing hard work in real garages
Dad.
across America. Like at Nico's Automotive.
And that is very true. She dropped her Neverness to Everness sponsorship because she believes she was deceived about the presence of AI in this game, and her claims about what the devs were saying or not saying about AI and how she felt deceived is something that a lot of people criticize because it seems like it was very public information that they were using generative AI. It was something they publicly announced long before the sponsorship, and that whole situation was a mess. And then people started looking at other games and companies she has worked with, either streaming their games or being directly sponsored, where they use AI and she had no problem with it until NTE used generative AI, which seems like a very 2026 kind of conversation. But when it comes to Fortnite, it's very clear that Epic uses AI. In fact, they have confirmed that they use generative AI to help create concept art and designs for new skins. And all you gotta do is go to Fortnite's website, and they immediately promote some of their AI powered tools where you can create NPCs and entire conversation logs using generative AI. So that is a legitimate form of criticism, but a lot of it is being ignored in that case because instead people are basically casting Iron Mouse as the worst human being ever. And also when it comes to collabs, you can see there was the Burnt Peanut collab with Fortnite. We covered that on the channel before, where people were freaking out because they claimed he was a bigot and that Fortnite had completely sold their soul and that they were never going to play that game again. Of course, everyone kept playing Fortnite. It was just virtue signaling online. But you can see people saying, I've already seen people saying this is worse than the Chud Peanut. How? And some people confirmed, in quotes, because they're losers or they hate women, end quote. No, her music is effing buns, and I'd rather spray my brains on the ceiling than listen to that. What?
Well, guess what, buddy? You don't have to listen to it. Are you Are you engaging with her content just so you can hate on it? Then you have no leg to stand on. Okay, just stop.
What an odd response to music you don't like. There's literally infinite music out there. I'm sure there's tons you don't like, but it doesn't warrant a response like this. And also, yeah, I think it goes a little beyond just the music when you start looking around and seeing replies like this saying, OMG, why is that obese crybaby see you next Tuesday out of anyone on earth? She's legit worse than Epstein and Diddy combined. These people they're not well mentally, to say the least, okay?
Yeah. Yes, a bedridden woman who has never been convicted of a crime is obviously worse than those who have, or what? How's that working? What did she do that's so? Yeah. I don't like them, therefore they're awful. Yeah, dude, shut up. This is first world problem. See, there is something to be said. Well, okay, yeah. Go back. I don't know if the person who posted that comment is white, but I've seen a lot of videos online. On one hand, yes, my own experience. No, I don't know if I've ever experienced white privilege, but I want to say there are people, lots of white people you can tell, mainly Karens. You can tell they have never been told no, or haven't, they never had consequences. You can tell they are privileged, and everyone else has to deal with them because of it. So in that respect, yes, there is. But it is not everyone. Okay, it's on a case-by-case basis. And it's how they act because of how they were raised.
They have created such a caricature of a random VTuber to the point where they think she is more evil than these actual predators and traffickers. I mean, this is the internet in 2026 in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen. This prompted other users seeing these sorts of venomous responses to simply ask, why are people so mad at her? Like, what is the actual thing she's done that's so horrible that makes people think she is this terrible, awful person? Don't worry, people are in the replies providing proof. And when I say proof, I mean just their headcanon, and when pressed on providing proof, they basically just run away. Here's one example saying, wasn't it revealed she was like racist? I recall there was at least some racist reactions when other streamers were involved. They're referring to a situation where she was at the Streamer Awards and she was on her iPad doing a virtual interview, and people like Rakai came up to her and were being very annoying and asking very annoying questions. And yes, I think her reaction was a little over the top. She acted like she was, harassed to a crazy degree, but I still think it was a very weird interaction in the first place. And I understand why she wouldn't want to do stuff like that anymore, continue to interact with people like that. But that didn't make her racist. People thought because the streamers she was interacting with and had bad experience with were black, that means she must be racist. And of course, they're trying to imply that here. And someone says, you're going to provide the link to your source. And they say, look, I heard it from someone. You have Google too. Yeah, the most diabolical thing you can do to individuals like this is ask them a very simple question. Proof. Do you have proof for what you're claiming? And they never provide it. In fact, they put it on you. They make the baseless allegation and then they say, you got Google, find out the truth. It's absolutely insane. Here's another one claiming that Iron Mouse faked having an illness. So she has an immune disorder that has bedridden her for, I think, her entire life. And people have constantly come after her for that, claiming that she's faking it. Of course, they have no proof. And when asked for proof, they say, yeah, the proof is Iron Mouse hasn't done a face reveal or shown any medical documents or have any third party verify anything. If you're going to use illness to farm sympathy, then you should provide some evidence of having it. Yeah, heaven forbid, Iron Mouse would have a disease.
Okay, hey, Cybernator. Newsflash. The amount of hate she receives from people like you, she doesn't want to be doxxed. Okay? She is. Do you know? Do you know it is not that uncommon for VTubers to have security issues? Or streamers, content creators in general. Do you know how common it is to get death threats for stuff? Look how these people are. Yeah. Why shouldn't she show what she actually looks like? Or show her medical information. Dude, why? You would still deny it. You don't want proof. You want to hate on someone who physically cannot stand up for themselves. And yes, I do take this, like I said, I have the same immune condition as Iron Mouse. I take this seriously. It is very personal for me. You disagree with Iron Mouse's take on something? Fine. Just state you don't agree, move on. That's it. I am pro AI. Yes, I don't. Iron Mouse doesn't seem to. I don't care. That's not relevant to them being a human being. Do you understand? Yeah. Hey, Yeah, I doubt this Cybernator person is watching me right now or will watch my videos on YouTube. I don't really care, but that's good because I have more choice words for them that I will not say. And yes, Iron Mouse is one of the most popular VTubers. And some of it, I think people are just jealous. Seen so much negativity that just seems, or any of the successful VTubers, period. I just see people jealous. I don't get that. Like, just be happy if you're not successful at being a VTuber. Well, figure out why not and see if there's anything you change it, or just keep it as a hobby and do it because you want to. Don't try and pull other people down so you can push yourself up. It's never going to end well. Yeah, their success doesn't mean you can't be successful. You not being successful has nothing to do with them. Idiots.
Disease that leaves her bedridden, and she has to prove it by showing random users like this a picture of her face and her medical documents to confirm what she's doing. Also, she is not farming sympathy. She just has the condition, right? And she's honest about it because it affects how she produces content. She's very limited in terms of getting out and doing a lot of the collabs that her other friends and streamers do, especially IRL stuff, because she just can't, right? She's not trying to milk it for money. In fact, she's doing kind of the opposite. She's using attention on her illness to raise money for the IDF, which people, of course, at the time mistook for the Israeli Defense Force, and then they try to cancel her for being a Zionist, but I digress, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at another set of claims here.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's why they brought Israel and stuff, because they do not know there can be different organizations using the same acronym. Okay, they're just like WoW can be World of Warcraft or World of Warships, either one.
Just hate VTubers
Dude, people,
specifically
come
because
on.
90% of them get all their
Try
money
harder.
off of right-wing predators. Wow, that's insane. An insane thing to say. And of course, name one and show proof. And what's that other poster's response? Does it even matter, man? I make an outrageous claim and you ask for proof. Does that even matter? Does it even matter if I have proof? Yes, it does matter. And they say, one, no matter who I say, you'll disagree. Okay, well, take a shot at it. Try to find out. If there's so many examples, just give one and see if any of them stick. Number two, it ain't really that deep. Like, I don't care about justifying my hate for VTubers. I just don't like them. It isn't that effing deep. Apparently it is that deep because you're going on post to express multiple times how much you hate VTubers and also how you think there's some sort of predator network among 90% of them. Yes, it is that deep to you. That's a very deep accusation, and you can't even provide a single example to back up your claim that 90% of VTubers are engaging in this behavior. Then we get into the even more outrageous, slanderous claims where this person says she grooms minors, racist, fakes her illness, want me to keep going. And this person asks for proof. And they say proof is my pinned tweet, except the racist part. People are saying she is racist for what she did at the Content Awards in 2025. So if you want to see how deranged these people are, this is the pinned tweet, and it is a full-on schizo board. And honestly, it's been a long time coming until one of these people gets sued, because this is an entire thread with zero proof, zero evidence, accusing her of literal crimes. And one of the justifications is they believe Iron Mouse needs to lock her account behind 18 plus. Otherwise, she is being inappropriate with children. That is their claim. Completely baseless and slanderous. But that is their claim. But you look at the account and it just makes so much sense, right? Iron Mouse, #1 hater. Seek help. You could be doing anything with your time other than this, other than going and making threads and constantly replying to people, slandering a VTuber. You could be doing literally anything else. Like, get a job. I don't know what else to say. And again, it's about time one of these people find out legally that you can't do this. You can't do this and be so persistent about it. Like, it's just absolutely insane that this is the point we're at. But here's one of the neutral responses to the situation, where this user says, I'm more neutral. Do I think Iron Mouse is a bad person? Nope. But is she a sweet person? I don't think so. Is she playing as her character? Is she the real deal? I don't know, whatever that means. I don't think she has a condition like she said. It's like, do I care if she die? No. These people are insane.
Also, I don't see any of them with proper English understanding in their posts. Okay, I mean, I suppose it could be done on their phone and they're like voice to text or whatever. But I doubt it because some of the stuff is not consistent with that. Oh, burps, give me. So yeah, I ain't happy with this. Like I said, I'm okay with people not having Iron Mouse as their favorite VTuber. I am not okay with the vitriol. If you don't like someone, don't watch them and move on. I don't hate watch. The people, the content creators I don't like, I can't stand them. I don't. The cringe from watching them, I don't want to put myself through that. I just don't watch people I don't like. It is not rocket science. I need to stop and quit going on about this. Almost done.
Literally wanting someone to pass away and having no care about it, and also making claims about her not having the condition, she says, with no proof. And this is supposed to be the neutral position from these Twitter freaks. Absolutely deranged stuff, but then again, what do you expect at this point? It's sad, but it is to be expected. But yeah, that's the latest Iron Mouse situation. It seems like every couple of months, something happens. She breathes in the wrong direction, and it brings all of the worst people out of the woodwork to go after her and harass her and act like total lunatics while masquerading as the normal and good people. And again, the amount of slander she deals with is absolutely crazy. When it comes to this collab, the only legitimate criticism is in that realm of AI and her past statements towards NTE, but none of these people have the ability to actually form any sort of an argument based on that. Instead, they just call her a bunch of buzzwords and they make crazy accusations against her. It's yeah, Twitter moment. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please consider giving the video a like, consider subscribing and turning on notifications for daily uploads, as well as multiple streams every week live here on YouTube. But overall, hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, just like I said, I could never, I do not understand the hate watching issue. Yeah, and you see this body cam tile here. I do not. That's disgusting. I'm not sure. So did Tosi? Was there something else by Tosi I want to see? And watch. Was there a new Not really. Oh, he did. Oh wait, no, that's. Oh, that was okay. And faking pet rescue. Okay, that kind of stuff. That gets me. Some of these things are just, like I said, I do not hate watch. There are certain things I'm just gonna skip because it's too much. I'm not interested in putting myself through that. Let's see what Hero Hate has. Oh yeah, this. I want to watch this because it is Gaming Friday.
You know what's really offensive? I just hate when I go to the beach and I see women in swimsuits. Like, cover these women up. What is this? Seeing fit, thin women showing off, it's just not fair to the rest of us women out there. Maybe I can make something up about how it's appealing to the male gaze and heteronormative patriarchal society so I can pretend to sound smart or something when I'm really just insecure.
Going to
I just hate when I... You know what's really offensive?
Okay.
I just hate when I go to the beach and...
Okay, I didn't miss anything. I thought I missed something there. That's why I restarted it.
and I see women in swimsuits. Like, cover these women up. What is this? Seeing fit, thin women showing off, it's just not fair to the rest of us women out there. Maybe I can make something up about how it's appealing to the male gaze and heteronormative patriarchal society so I can pretend to sound smart or something when I'm really just insecure and offended. Okay, obviously that was a joke. I would never want to actually be a woman. Like, ugh. Gross. Okay, the gross thing was a joke too, alright? Nobody get mad. Let's actually talk about... Let's let's talk about some serious business. It's serious time now, because this is actually a thing going on in discourse right now. In this tweet, for example, that early this morning already has over 500,000 views, talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake, well, specifically Rebirth, but you know. Character artwork designer Roberto Ferrari commenting on restrictions placed on him by Square Enix for the swimsuit outfits that he was taking part in designing. He said, I tried a lot of different kind of designs for Tifa's swimsuit, but getting any of them approved was a real challenge. Since players can view the characters from all sorts of angles in the game, we had to keep certain things in check and not overemphasize her feminine figure. In the end, we settled on this design. Wow, yeah, a character having a feminine figure. We gotta be careful with that, guys. We gotta be careful not to offend anyone. Hey,
Okay, female characters can't have feminine figures. Why? Why is that a problem?
BlackRock, hey, Vanguard, hey, Larry Fink Daddy. How many ESG points did I get for that one? I'm on the good list, right? Now I gotta say, as someone that lives in an area that generally has hot weather, this outfit on the bottom, to me, this looks like something you'd see someone wearing in general. This isn't like a, it doesn't look like a beach outfit to me, but the one on the left obviously does. And like, even with the restrictions, this did come out as a nice outfit, but even still, it doesn't make the restrictions that they place on their artists like any less bizarre. There's one more thing to point out really quick too. It looks like Roberto may have worked only on the Majestic Glamour beachwear outfit, the one that is, less revealing right there. Because the second comment from the artist Mitsuhara Fushi says, I wanted to bring out her cuteness and charm, so I put some careful thought into the shape of the frills and the flower-shaped ribbon. Tifa really does look good in anything, and that's clearly referring to the Shining Spirit beachwear outfit. Similar thing going on here. So we've got two outfits. One is actually cut off at the top, but you can clearly see that's a different outfit than the rest that we can see here on the right-hand side. And we got two comments. Again, we have Roberto talking about the restrictions that were placed on him. He said, this swimsuit design was drawn in response to a request to conceal her feminine curves as much as possible. And again, that might be referring specifically to the outfit at the top that unfortunately does get cut off, and I haven't been able to find the full picture. But nevertheless, these restrictions are truly bizarre, like I said before. Like, hey, do a swimsuit, but be sure you cover up those feminine curves as much as possible. I completely understand that they wanted multiple outfits here, one that's like more of a normal swimsuit for like going in the water, and another one that's more covered up but like casual beachwear. And that's fine. Again, I don't have a problem with that. Multiple outfits, cool. Look, I'm a big Bleach fan. Kubo's the GOAT at making multiple outfits. I think it's cool when characters have a variety of outfits. The problem is the phrasing. That whole thing, once again, of like, hide her feminine curves as much as possible. That's such a weird way of putting it. That's like complete DEI speak. And then we got Cloud. Now, personally, I'm not a fan of the really long shorts. That's so long, bro. I wear shorts that are like 1/3 that length. But we'll take a look at the comment. Roberto Ferrari says, the swimsuits worn by Cloud and the other characters were drawn in ways that didn't overly emphasize their figures. This was done in accordance with ethical guidelines. Yes, the ethics of restricting our characters' comfort to the weird sensibilities of BlackRock or whatever. Yeah, excuse me while I roll my eyes. So one more time. This was done in accordance with ethical guidelines and internal feedback. And again, I'll point out, I think he's referring to an outfit that gets cut off. Maybe it's the Loveless costume there at the bottom.
What ethical guidelines? And who is doing the internal feedback? Who?
Because the comment made by Ichio Takami says, I remember making the request that Cloud wear shorts as a nod to Zack's appearance in Costa del Sol from Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. So that might be referring only to the Wild Surf beachwear. Roberto's may be referring to something else. Again, it's kind of unclear. There's like implications. Make of it what you will. It would definitely help if I had full access to the digital art book, but I don't. So, I gotta make do with what I got here. But nevertheless, the comments from Roberto and the restrictions placed on Roberto at the very least, once again, weird stuff. Let me know what you think about all that, though. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.
Okay, so that was just the links to, okay, that, yeah. Feminine, women can't look feminine or something? Okay. Oh wait, I was supposed to stop recording it. Did I do that? No.